If you skip these steps, you could be stuck not getting the capital that you deserve for your business while every other business owner is cashing out and scaling to the moon. So I know you're probably wondering, how in the world can I actively do this? Don't worry, I got you. Because in today's lesson, I'm going to show you 2 specific business secure credit cards that could help you build real relationships with these banks, strengthen your business credit profile, and open doors to possibly $100,000 in future funding. So what I want you to do right now is go grab your pen and paper. No, seriously, go grab it because it's going to be a really good one. And without further ado, let's dive in. All right, ladies and gents, business owners, whoever's really watching this, I just want to give you some quick information before I just go down into this rabbit hole of the business secure credit cards that can definitely help you. You got to understand that there's always going to be a process, no matter what, and how you get to future funding. It does not matter how you twist and turn it. I know everybody always tries to tell you, the secret life hacks and everything just to get $100,000 without cleaning up, your personal stuff or anything like that. Look, at the end of the day, you're gonna have to fix everything to look actually credible to get funding. And this is what I do on this channel day in and day out to try to give you different ways. Now, for everybody that's either repairing, rebuilding their credit in my program, anybody else's program, or you're just doing it yourself, there's still ways to build your business credit and to build these relationships with these banks while repairing your personal side to even get funding in that process. So that's what I'm here for. So the first step that we're going to do is talk about why your personal credit still matters in 2025, 2026, and ongoing. And this is something that a lot of people get wrong. Just because you're building business credit does not mean that your personal credit does not count, okay? In fact, think of your personal credit like the keys to unlock the business credit door or business capital door, okay? So even if you're applying for business credit, many banks will still check your personal FICO scores, okay? So that means that your personal credit can either be a launch pad or it's probably gonna be a roadblock. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because, understand this, you're either small business or you're new business or you're possibly both, okay? And if you're not generating at least $4 to $10 million in revenue every single year to unlock corporate credit, your business is not strong enough to stand on its own, all right? It's to these lenders and also the banks, they feel that you're still a risk, okay? So let me break it down a little more. Anybody as far as like Tesla, Jeff Bezos, any of these places, and I'm just using these as an example, they can stand on their own. So they don't have to check Elon Musk or any of these other people's credit because there's assets that can be seized, God forbid, if something happens with that business when they took out capital from that bank. So if Jeff Bezos went to, Chase and asked for $40 million or $400 million, they know that they can seize business assets from their business to actually recoup if anything went wrong, aka a safety net. You don't have that. You don't have that. And if you do, then I'm not talking to you. But if you don't have that, you don't have that. So you need to switch your mind frame and understand that your personal credit is going to matter no matter what. No matter what pickle that you're in or anything like that, you're going to have to do it. All right. So you're going to have to advocate for that business. And of course, I'm going to talk about that more. But I just want to give you that information before we keep going. But with all that information being said, here is the good news. Even if you're rebuilding or just starting out, you can still make progress. Okay. You can still use business secure credit cards to build both personal and business credit at the same time, okay? First, what I want you to do is go check your FICO scores, okay? Not your Vantage scores from Credit Karma, your FICO scores. You can easily get them from MyFreeScoreNow or Identity IQ. I both dropped the links in the description below, so it's easier for you. You can see everything side by side. It's super easy, okay? That way you can see exactly where you stand and how close you are to being funding ready. Even if you're a little farther than what you thought you are, it's okay because that's room for improvement. Again, always shifting your mindset to say, instead of woe is me, but I get to actually do this to become better. Does that make sense? Because the blueprint is always, the same. Good credit, great business credit, get business capital, but everybody's, kind of path to it is always just a little skewed or a little different than the last person. That's why, I always try to say on this channel, try to give you the honest truth that, hey, just because you have this does not mean that you're going to get this. If you have this, you might get this. Okay. So, try to give you the real information instead of just a 4-second, 10-second clip saying that you could do this just because you have a 700 credit score. All right. Now let's actually talk about how these business secure credit cards actually matter, because these aren't just credit cards. These are credibility builders. Okay. They work kind of like this. you actually put a cash deposit, just like any other secure credit card. If you've done it on the personal side, you pretty much know what I'm about to say, but you put a cash deposit on this card, which becomes your credit limit, okay? Depending on the institution, what they want, requirements, all right? But typically, cash deposit. All right, and whatever you put on there, that's the limit. You're gonna use the card, pay it off responsibly, okay? And then you're gonna use the card issuer to report that as good behavior to the business credit bureaus. This is actually going to create internal data points with that institution. So the banks is going to see you as a responsible business owner. Hey, they're probably getting their credit together, but hey, on the business side, they're doing really, really well. So that means places like business credit bureaus, Dun & Bradstreet, Experian Business, Equifax Business, they're gonna begin to track your positive activity, okay? And that's how your business credit grows. Because we've actually seen in the past clients with challenging credit, still rebuilding it, get sometimes 2, 5, and the most I've ever seen is $8,000 in funding while they're still in the credit repair stage. Why? Because the banks seen them improving and paying everything off on time. Now, just quick disclaimer, I'm not saying that this is guaranteed. I'm not saying just because you have a 500 credit score and you're doing everything you're supposed to do, you're going to get an $8,000 credit limit from all these banks with secure credit cards. It doesn't work like that. That was pretty much, just random. It was rare, all right? But it's definitely possible, as you can see. But don't get down for what I just said, that even though it's rare, this could definitely still happen to you. But the strategy is all about putting yourself on the map. So if I had to kind of like give it an example, think of it kind of like planting seeds. So it's like the secure credit card is the seed deposit, okay? Stay with me. Just hear me out, all right? And then every time you make a payment, that's kind of like the sunshine in the water. So you give it like 6 to 12 months, you see what I'm saying? And you're not just growing credit, you're growing opportunities. See what I'm saying? Water, seeds, you get what I'm saying. So if you do all of these things in a row consistently over time, you're going to start seeing the fruits of your labor actually come about. Because when it comes to the business credit world or just business in general, all right, and I'm here to attest, it's all about consistency. That's what it's about. In life, it's all about consistency. All right. How many times in life have you not been consistent with something, but you were upset about the outcome? It's like, yeah, if you would have just stayed consistent, if you would have just weathered the storm, if you would have just went through those pain points, if you would have just took that chance, think of where you would have been right now. Not saying that you need to live with regret, whether it's business or personal, but it's just all about staying consistent even when times are hard. And I'm even talking to myself. Now, enough of my soapbox. Now that I got that out the way, the next thing I want to talk about is the mistakes to avoid when applying for these cards, because it's not as simple as what people think. So before we actually break down the two cards, here are the common mistakes that can actually stop you before you start. So please listen up. The first thing is mixing your personal and business information. Please use separate business entities and personal entities and keep them all separate, okay? Because it definitely shows the banks that you mean business, like business addresses, business phone numbers, and business bank accounts. Do not use your personal account with business ventures. That's called commingling expenses, and that's called an audit. Do you want an audit? No. The next thing I just want to talk about is using high-risk business codes like adult entertainment, crypto, cannabis, even trucking and real estate, even though that's very high in our country, but that can definitely help as well. So you definitely want to try to avoid those. So you want to use kind of like that gray area of whatever you're utilizing. So your NAICS code or your NAICS code or however people say, I say NAICS, that kind of determines and explains what your business is all about. So with that being said, you really want to make sure that you're staying in that gray area as far as, I do this, consulting, anything like that. I'm not a fan of consulting anymore, but try to utilize, gray area tactics so you cannot be flagged as high risk. Now, I'm not saying lie, but I'm just saying try to work the system into your favor. Next thing I just want to talk about is applying a properly registered business structure, okay? Please, if you're a sole proprietor, cool, that's fine. If you have no issues, that's fine. But you want that veil, okay? You want that separate, security security, layer from you and your business. So you want to have like a LLC corporation if you know what you're doing. But I always tell people, start off with an LLC or anything like that. And make sure that you grab your EIN for free. Do not let anybody think that you have to pay for that because you don't. Go to irs.gov. All right, so you got all of that in order. You're rebuilding, probably building your credit, or your credit is probably right. You're trying to build your business credit scores. You have your business entity. Everything is set up. Dope. That is great. So now what we're going to do is get into the top 2 best secure credit cards that's definitely going to help you get to the next level. Starting with card number 1, the Bank of America Secured Business Credit Card. It's actually called the Bank of America Advantage Unlimited Cash Reward Secure Credit Card. I didn't feel like saying all that, even though I just said it, but you get the idea. This is actually going to be a great starter for people that's trying to build a relationship with a major bank while possibly rebuilding your credit. So it's kind of like, again, on the personal side. So if you're with Chase, if you're with Wells Fargo, if you're with that credit union that you really want to establish some type of relationship with them, it's the same exact way. On the personal side, you use this as internal data points, an internal data points booster actually, but still rebuilding your credit. It's the same thing on the business side. So you're just trying to shake hands, kiss babies, all that type of stuff with Bank of America while you're still getting yourself right on the personal side. Next, I just want to give you a few qualifications that you are going to need for this card. The minimum, security deposit is $1,000. Just don't fall out of your chair. It is $1,000. The deposit will become your credit limit. You can always do way more. If you want $2,000 limit, of course, you got to deposit $2,000. It's that simple. After you finish using the credit card, you will get possibly your deposit back. There is no annual fee, and you can earn 1.5% cash back on all purchases as in the making of this video. Now, the value of this, Bank of America watches how you use this card. So if you pay it off in full every single month, just like a personal secure credit card, they possibly can graduate you to unsecured business credit card in at least 6-7 months. Okay, they will check your personal credit scores for the secure credit card. I'm sorry to tell you, but it's definitely like that because you are on the business side. So it aim for at least I would say a 650, 660 FICO score with Experian or Equifax. If you do have negatives on your account, try not to have too many because I don't want you to get denied for this. But again, we've seen approvals with slightly below average credit, but everything else still checked out. So I just wanted to give you that right there. So again, this could be your ticket into a deeper relationship with one of the biggest banks in the country, and you can see yourself after this getting $20,000, $50,000, in business credit, just starting out. All right. But enough about that. Let's get into card number 2. Now, with the second credit card, I haven't seen too many people actually talk about this, but it's actually the Community Bank Edition Secured MasterCard issued by First National Bank of Omaha. The dope thing about this is this card lets you choose your credit limit by putting down a deposit between $2,000 and $10,000. I know it's $1,000 more as far as a minimum, but I'm telling you guys, it's definitely worth it using these secure credit cards. And yes, it does report to Dun & Bradstreet, which is a game changer. The other one, as far as Bank of America, did as well. It does have no annual fee with the First Community Bank. It does carry a variable of 28% or higher, but remember, we're not carrying balances in the beginning, ladies and gents. We're going to stay responsible throughout these months. You want to pay it off in full and then kind of build from there. So the smart move is to create an account with Community Bank, before applying, try to open that business checking account, and that way you're already in their system. Internal data point boosting. So now you use the card for a few months. The rep didn't tell me how long it takes, but we've seen people get pre-approved for actual business capital just by having this card for a few months or things like that. Now, using both of these credit cards, if you want to use one or the other, always remember at the end of the day, just recap, a clean established relationship with a legit bank is always going to be a plus. You want to make sure you have positive data points that are reporting to the business bureaus, aka having these two secure credit cards. A business history of responsible usage that lenders actively respect. And now what you can do is fast forward to 6 to 12 months and you've got 2 business trade lines that are definitely proven that you can handle and manage credit responsibly on the business side. Now, your personal credit scores are climbing in the process. Now you're in position to apply for larger lines of credit or unsecured business credit cards. And now you can start moving to that $2, $4, $10, $25, $50, even $100,000 in funding territory. Now, I'm not saying this is going to happen overnight. As you can see, I keep talking about specific months. I'm not here to sell you a dream, so don't think that it's going to happen in 2 weeks. But if you follow this roadmap, you're stacking the odds in your favor. So now we've given you two solid options as far as Bank of America and Community Bank, and we've given you tips to avoid mistakes to block your approvals. So if you got value from this video, please utilize this information and please implement it correctly. I know you're probably wondering, hey Eric, this sounds all great, but I'm still kind of fresh to this. I still don't know. Should I get this credit card? Should I just build my credit? Should I get banking relationships? What should I do? I'm gonna be honest with you. You probably need all of this, but don't worry. That's where I come in to help you, because I help all of my business owners scale from $50,000 to $300,000 in capital by utilizing action plans and business banking connections. So if you're looking for results for $50,000 to $300,000 in capital to start or scale your business, what I want you to do is click the link below right now to schedule your capital consultation with us. And with that way, we are going to figure out specifically what you need for your business and what we need to do to help you scale to the next level, getting capital. So again, click the link below right now to schedule your free capital consultation, and we'll help you get to the next level. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I really hope this helps one of you guys, and make sure that you grab both of those secure credit cards, all right? And until next time, ladies and gents.